I was cross-dressing in drag for RuPaul's Drag Race this morning, and that got me thinking, is there a current way to build any item, including Exocraft, on your freighter since the 3.99.1 update? Now, it turns out you still can, and this actually comes courtesy of Cornbread2100. I'll have a link to his video in the video description down below. Now, the way that he does it was before all these mad updates, so we are going to make sure that this is still working, and I'm going to show you today exactly how it's done. So let's get into today's video. So the first thing you want to do is be on a planet that you do not care about at all, other than just building on your freighter. Once you do and you find a suitable location on a planet, you want to put down a base computer. Once you do that, make sure that you activate it so then you claim the land around it. And we're just going to place a very simple floor down. The reason we put the floor down is because this is going to be used as the exact spot every time you come back to build on your freighter for whenever it is that you please. But you need to go ahead and build that first of all before we do continue. Once you've done that, make a save point, and then all we need to do is stand in the middle of the square that you've just placed. We're going to look directly upwards now, and we're going to go ahead and call in our freighter. And what you want is for the freighter to be as close to you as possible. So when it's directly above you, up past the northern compass, that's the way I like to describe it. Once it's up and it's directly above you, place it. And now we need to use some backstreet magic. So essentially that's all above you, and you need to have one frigate, at least one frigate that's not a living frigate, just one normal frigate, in order to make this magic happen. The next thing we're going to do is go into our build menu, and we are going to physically get and carry all the way up into space a base computer. Now, when you are going upwards into space, you'll see, as you can see there, you'll normally get like a bubble that will always let you go up so far and so high. However, if you double tap your build menu camera quickly, and it's only 2 taps, then what will happen is you can still keep going upwards, and it'll make a new bubble each and every time. So all we're doing is we're going higher and higher and higher and higher. Just be careful though, because if you only tap the build camera once, then it'll collapse and you'll go right back down to the ground. Same as if you tap it 3 times by mistake, you'll lose all your progress. So it is a very, very, very lengthy progress, but if you can manage it, and if you do it, it works out absolutely beautifully. So it took me around about 20 minutes to get up this far into space, and as you can see, I am right near now where I want to be. So the way that we're going to place this down, as you can imagine, it's currently red right now. You can't place it down anywhere. But if you then toggle free placement, for me, as you can see on the screen right now, that is V. And we're going to place it literally just on one of the landing pads with V enabled. Don't press the C menu build option. In my case, I don't know what it is for console. Otherwise, you'll lose all your progress. So once you do place this down, you'll literally see it go green, and then you'll place it down and then get pinged right back down to the planet. That's perfect. Now, all we need to do is jump into our ship and fly off into space. Now, I won't edit this bit out just so you can see real time that it is there. So even though you can't physically see it from the planet, I can assure you it definitely is there. So we're just going to fly past my freighter here and go over to the small frigate. And we're just going to land on one of its pads, probably the left one, because I placed the base computer down on the right. So if you get this message, don't worry about it. It's completely normal. It's just part of the frigate operation. So we're going to jump out, and there you have it. You now have, for all intents purposes, buildable structures ability up on the space station. Now, when you do get to that base computer that you placed down, make sure that you claim the base. Otherwise, nothing else will work. You need to claim the base when you're up in space as well. Now, what just happens if you jump back onto your ship and you fly into your freighter? Can you just build directly in there? Well, to answer that is no, you really can't. And I'll show you this just now. So just while we are flying over there, I just want to mention, whilst I do have your attention, we now have sexy swaggy merch on the channel. That is right. And look at this happy guy. He's already received his merch. Absolutely amazing. Now, this is Alan, also known as Armwan. If you're on my Discord, you know exactly who he is. Amazing guy. And thank you very much to your first purchase. He picked himself up a awesome t-shirt and a mug. And if you do go ahead and do buy merch, send me a picture of you wearing it, or whatever it is that you do buy. If it's a sticker or anything like that, let me know and I'll feature you as a thank you in a video as well. So there we have it. So here we go, guys, back to what we're doing. So as you can see, you can't just go onto your freighter and build as you please. That option now doesn't exist anymore. So how do you then, with the base computer placed down, how do you then go ahead and build items that you want to build? Like, for example, Exocraft and so on. Well, I'm glad you asked. And for that, we need to go back over to the frigate. So when you're back on the frigate, we're going to do exactly the same as before. So as you can see in your build menu, you can build absolutely anything on your frigate side of thing. But if you want it to go onto your freighter, then we need to do what we did to get up from the planet to begin with. So we select an item that we want to build over there. So in this case, I'm going to put down some Exocraft. And all we need to do is just keep on shimmying along with the build camera. And then we're going to toggle free placement once we're over there. And then we're going to just sit it on top of the actual freighter itself. So as you can see, it does take quite of a while to get over there, but not as far as going from the planet from the bottom to the top. So do bear with this method. It does take a little bit longer to set up, but once it's all set up and ready to go, you don't need to do it again. So, I mean, as you can see, I've got all the way over here, and with the free placement toggle, that's very important, otherwise you won't be able to build anything. You can see that I'm going ahead, I'm putting every item that I would want over here anyway. So I'm just building these, and then later on I'll just come back over to the freighter and moving about as I please. But this is essentially how you get the items on there. It's called onboarding, and that's exactly all we're doing here. We're just onboarding the items onto the frigate that we want to go ahead and use. We can mess about with the placement properly later, but essentially that's all that needs to be done. So once you're done placing items, you'll find that things will be a bit weird at first, just because of the way that the freighter system works. It's almost like all this exists on another plane and doesn't activate until you go onto your freighter. So you can't, for example, see all these buildings and things like that, as you can see that I've got. But when you place it, things might be stuck in things, so you just need to delete, move items about, and then reattach everything up. But if that's all you need to do, then so be it. It's the way it is. But I mean, as you can see, I've got a fully functioning Exocraft. In my case, the Minotaur. I've got some other ones on there as well. On the frigate. I mean, on the freighter. It's absolutely incredible. So the first thing I want to do, seeing as though that this is a victory celebration, I'm going to go ahead and orbital jump once again. It's now completely possible to do. I'm going to orbital jump from my freighter all the way down to a planet. There we go. That's now what we're able to do. I mean, absolutely amazing. And again, thank you very much to Conbred2100 for showing the light at the end of the tunnel for this, because for a little while there, it wasn't able to be done. And I'm really happy that it's out and about again. Whilst I do have your attention for one last time, I just want to ask, if you have enjoyed today's video, leave a like. It really does help get these videos out there for would-be builders, and especially people trying to get Exocraft and whatnot on the freighter. It opens up the whole build menu, so if you can leave a like on the video, that would be amazing. It really does help. Leave a comment as well for the YouTube algorithm to keep on pushing the message, the good word, if you will. And don't forget, if you are new around here, please consider subscribing to the channel. I've released videos like this virtually every single day now, and click on the notification bell to be part of the notification squad. You'll get first dibs on all videos that I do release. You'll get literally notified the second it's out, so make sure you do that. Anyway, guys, that's everything from me here today, and as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.